Right. So this is about Ketu's transit in Leo, this video. Okay. As we discussed, we are having this phase right now in like next couple of months of like long-term transits happening. Saturn is moving into Pisces from this month. Okay. Like by the month end, Saturn will be in Pisces for next 2.5 to 3 years to be taken in consideration. And then we have this like uh, Nodes transit and Jupiter transit happening in May. So lots of like long-term transits are happening. So we have already discussed Saturn's transit in detail. We have already discussed Jupiter and Rahu's transit in detail. This session is about Ketu's transit. Okay, Ketu in Leo. So as we know, like Ketu is coming into Leo sign on May 18th as per the mean nodes, May 29 as per the true nodes. As I said, there are two ways of calculating Rahu Ketu transits, either through mean node or true nodes. And it is not generic that for like these many people mean node will work or these many people true node will work. Different nodes can work for different people. Like for me, I feel that I like mean node gives me the better result rather than true node, so I follow the mean node. Okay. Um, if you are following the mean node, May 18 is the transit. If you're following the true nodes, May 19 is the transit. So it is like only 10 days difference, not much. Okay, whichever you like to follow, you can follow. Then, Ketu was in Virgo right now, and Ketu is transiting through Virgo, and Virgo is the sign of conflicts, and Virgo is the sign of perfection also. So, ideal use of Ketu in Virgo transit would have been like going introvert with your perfectionist approach. I am seeking perfection from myself. The other person is seeking perfection from himself. That would have been like much better use of this transit, but unfortunately, like to project perfection on others. Okay, this is where the other trait of Virgo has come into place, that is conflicts. We have seen more conflicts happening. We have seen more wars happening and all. Unfortunately, okay. Now Ketu in Leo transit. We have seen Ketu in Virgo functioning and giving us the result. So Ketu in Leo, what type of results we can expect? So Ketu is a like separative energy. Okay, understand Rahu and Ketu, the nodes, the opposite points, polar opposites. So Rahu makes us gravitate towards something, but we can gravitate towards something only when we separate ourselves from something. If I get separated from here in this room, then only I can move to the next room. Then only I can go into the next room. I cannot be sitting here and going to the next room. So for Rahu to function properly, it is necessary we should separate ourselves from like Ketu's position, wherever Ketu is transiting. So in birth chart also, in transits also, Ketu is that separative energy. Okay. Ketu brings either physical separation or mental separation or feeling of separation from something or someone. That is what happens with Ketu in the birth chart also. That is what happens in Ketu in the this transit also. Now, how to utilize Ketu's transit in positive way? Okay, because normally we are materialistic people. 99% of us are like in materialistic path. We don't want to separate ourselves from anything. We want to hoard things and collect things, and we want to cling on to people. And Ketu is all about separatives. So, what is like good use of Ketu? Okay, good use of Ketu or Ketu's transit is for those people like who are on a spiritual path. Okay, who are interested in meditation, yoga, and all other spiritual pursuits, occult mysticism, spirituality, and all. For them, Ketu's transit is very helpful. Second thing is all those people who are who want some sort of separation to happen in their life. Like if I'm looking to buy to sell off a property, okay, so I want myself to be separated from that property, so I can utilize Ketu's transit. If Ketu is transiting my fourth house, this is a, like a big indication that I can separate myself from the property in this time period. If I want to go to foreign lands and I want to leave my homeland, then again Ketu in the fourth house transit can be very, very helpful. If someone is going through, like, let's say, abusive relationship and they want to break the relationship, then also like Ketu in the fifth house or seventh house transit can be very helpful for getting away from that abusive relationship. So Ketu's transit can also be helpful. Plus, it can be very helpful in any research oriented education. If you are like interested in research oriented education, educating yourself in occult, mystical, spiritual things, even psychology and all, this is like excellent transit for that to happen. So this is where like we should be utilizing this transit in these type of activities, either research, investigation, and education of research oriented subjects, or like if I want to go away from somewhere or go away from someone, then Ketu's transit can be very helpful. Also, when Ketu talks about separation, Ketu indicates separation. It is not necessarily like physical separation. It can be mental separation also. Okay, that like I'm feeling mentally separated. I'm having lots of disagreements with someone, differences of opinion with someone. That is also a separation. A feeling of separation that I'm unable to understand other points of view, other person's point of view. That is also a separate kind of separation. So separation can be of many different ways, not necessarily physically going away. It is also like in a spiritual sense, detaching yourself. Okay, detaching yourself from the like materialistic side of life. Again, not necessary that you need to go away from materialism. You just detach yourself internally. Okay, that is also like a way by which Ketu can bring the result. So these are different ways of separation. Okay, normally we because we are identified with the body so much, with the physical body, that we feel that separation only means physical separation. But separation can also be at all levels: physical, mental, and spiritual. Okay. Then what is Leo? Leo is the sign of authority and recognition. Okay, Leo is the sign of kings and queens and high authority figures, governments and all. And Ketu is coming there. It is the sign of ego. Now Rahu is going into Aquarius. As we discussed in the last session, Rahu in Aquarius means we need to serve humanity. We need to devote ourselves, work towards serving humanity. To serve humanity, you have to let go of your own individual will, your own individual ambitions and all. The king type attitude or queen type attitude, high authority figures, egoistic ways. You have to let go of all those things. Then only you can devote yourself to serving of people in the 11th house Aquarius. So this is what happens with Rahu and Ketu transits. Ketu separates us from the place, and that's why Rahu can gravitate us towards another place. So Ketu is going to separate us from Leo, Leo related things, Leo related people. and Leo related house in our chart, so that we can focus on Rahu in Aquarius related house or sign related things. Okay, so this is how they work in tandem. They work in like that together. Ketu is going to separate us so that we can focus on Rahu. Now it means like it can be a very difficult time period for people in very high authority position. Okay, it can be very difficult time period for kings or queens or like this prime ministers, presidents, and high authority government. It can be very difficult time period if people have that type of authoritative attitude for those people. If someone is like too much on their ego, that then also it is like very like a difficult type of situation. So this is what happens with Ketu in the fifth house Leo, Ketu in the Leo transit. Leo is the sign of like this authority, ego, and all, and Ketu is separation. So we have to let go of our ego. We have to let go of our authoritative attitude. Then only we can gravitate towards Rahu in Aquarius of serving humanity. Again, all these things are like serving humanity and all these, they look like fascinating concepts, okay, attractive concepts, but to really do that, you have to like let go of many things. Okay, and obviously, ego remains the one of the main things to let go. uh, Another thing which like Ketu's transit brings is imploding things. Okay, Ketu is very introvert planet. It makes you like go inwards with it. Okay, so like people can be reflecting back a lot upon their authority, can be reflecting back on their egoistic ways, can be reflecting back on their creativity also. Leo is the sign of creativity, so someone may go into creative research. Suppose someone is interested in painting. Okay, they may join some class where they may have to like research further on their painting skills and all, and they may have to improve. So they are going inward with that skill of theirs or hobby of theirs. Then where it is like difficult to like predict about Ketu is that because it is an internal planet. Okay, so those events are happening internally within the person. So person may be ready to share it, honestly may not be ready to share it. So this is where the difficulty happens with Ketu in Ketu's transit or Ketu's interpretation, because everything is internal and person may not be like honest enough or truthful enough to share all those things. Okay. Mhm. But like generic thing about Ketu, two planets which are like easiest to interpret is like Saturn and Ketu. They are never changing their nature. Saturn is all about limitations, restrictions, discipline, authority, rules and regulations and all. So that is what Saturn represents. Ketu is all about separation. So it is easiest to interpret these two planets, Saturn and Ketu. Okay, Saturn will limit anything wherever it transits. Ketu will Ketu will this implode separate you from something. It will implode also. It will separate you from something from outside. As I said, like Ketu will make us like physically or mentally separated from the things or people of the house where Leo falls into the chart, which we will discuss in detail. Leo is a sign of authority. Ketu in Leo means a feeling of separation or isolation from authority figure or authoritative people in your life. Whomsoever is trying to be bossy around you, you may be feeling like lots of separation around them. Yeah, it may give this rebellious kind of feeling also. Okay, so that can also be the case. we may see like at global level, we may see like military coups happening, rebels happening. Okay, so that is also a possibility. We may see the like people like staging some conspiracy or scandals against authority figures in the world. So that is also a possibility. Right. And this is largely like in Ketu in Leo. It can be very good time period for any creative research, where any educational research means if you want to educate yourself into research oriented topic and all. So that is like great. Creative research is great. This is like good utilization of this transit. But if you are trying to be egoistic or bossy towards someone, it can be a very difficult transit. K2 transits also help you in realizing your past life expertise, because K2 represents past life karma, which we have already finished. Okay, like and finished well enough. So when K2 transits through like a particular house, you may realize your past life expertise related with that house. I will link this article in the description section. You can check this article also on Ketu in Leo transit, and it will give you like further insights on this transit. What we can do is like we can also reflect back at the time between like October 2006 to like April 2008. Okay, October 2006 to April 2008 is like the time period where uh, we can reflect back because Ketu was in Leo at that time period. Actually, like March, April 2008 was the time period when the like actual changes started happening in my career, from law to like law practice to some other career. It started happening in like March, April 2008 when Ketu was about to leave Leo. Okay. But I started feeling because Ketu was in my 10th house Leo and all, and uh, I started feeling that okay, I'm in like wrong profession. I should not be here, and I started feeling like separation. I was not even willing to go to court and all that. So that was like somehow I was dragging myself. That's what. Okay. So this is what happens with like Ketu's transit. So if you can reflect back on the events between October 2006 to April 2008, you will get a lot of indication around like what type of results you can expect now. Okay, because you may have like similar type of experiences happening, not identical, not like exact same event, but the similar. The experience, the feeling will be very similar. At personal level, right? This is what happened. As I said, the better utilization will be like research in education or creativity, or like worse utilization will be like to be bossy. Okay, that is it. Okay, then Ketu also co-rules Scorpio sign. So whichever like house it rules in your chart, that house energy will also be exhibited from the house where Ketu transits into like this Leo sign. That we will understand. Uh, Ketu's natal position shows your ability to deal with Ketu at the beginning of your life. Obviously, as we go through like different phases in life, we learn, we grow, we evolve. So that ability improves with time. Okay, it is not that I will be committing the same mistake which I was committing at like 5 years of age or 10 years of age, and I'm committing the same mistake at like 40 years of age or 45 years of age. If I am doing that, then okay, this life is a waste. Okay, I'm not learning anything from my life. So this is what we need to understand, that although Ketu's natal position is important, but it shows your foundation. With what you have taken birth, you are supposed to grow. You are supposed to evolve from that planetary placement. If someone is going through Ketu Dasha or Ketu is active in under any Dasha, then they will get like 100% results. But otherwise, also 18 months is a good enough time period for any planet to give you a result. So we all will have some sort of result of Ketu. Okay. If someone is born with Ketu in Leo, they can have like a very prominent result because it is like having two Ketus in the same house. This is why returns are very important transits, like Saturn return, Rahu return, Ketu return, Jupiter return. It is like double energy of same sort in the one house. Ketu is there in Leo in your birth chart. Now in transit also Ketu is coming there. So it is like having two Ketus in one house. Okay. So this is why it can become like very important transit. Also, if someone is born with Rahu in Leo, like I am born with Rahu in Leo, so this can be an important transit for me. Rahu in Leo and then Ketu is coming into Aquarius. This is like a very difficult phase or very important phase. This is like, if I remember well, it always like brought a major change in the 10th house related things for me. Okay. 2006-8, I said that I was realizing that I am not meant for this law related work, and it brought a change. Who knows, maybe this transit can also bring a change in my career again. Then age factor, K2's maturity age is 48. So like when if someone is like above 40 years of age and around 40 years of age, they can expect a little better results from Ketu because of life experiences. Again, it is not Ketu's maturity age, it is our maturity age. In by 40s we should be mature enough to deal with our notes position. Okay. Then, if someone is born with other planets in Leo, or other planets are also transiting Leo in different times during this 18 months time period, obviously they will also be impacted by Ketu. Ketu will first go into Uttara Falguni, which is about financial research and all. So people can be like very perfectionist, detailed, analytical, and about financial matters. Then it goes into Purva Falguni is a person maybe about creative or finance both. Creative side, creative research also, financial research also, that can be the way. Magha is royal authority. Okay. So person can be more into this result of revolt against authority figure. This result will come up when is more potential to come up when Ketu comes into Leo Magha. Okay, the final phase of this transit. Now, if we go by ascendant, for Aries ascendant, it is fifth house transit. Ketu rules Scorpio for them. It is transiting in the fifth house. Scorpio eighth house. So this is they can be either physically or mentally or spiritually separated from the fifth house related things, like from their child, from their love matters and all. It can also bring lots of instability in their child's life, instability in their overall happiness also. It also shows possibility of feeling isolation from their education. Whatever they are educating in, they may not find any connection. Why I'm studying this subject? I'm not very much interested. and they may like to what happens is that because Ketu is headless, so person realizes that okay fine, I'm not feeling connected, but because Ketu is headless, person has no idea what else I can do. Okay, so they may still continue doing that thing half-heartedly. Okay, so that is what can happen. So Ketu in the Leo fifth house, they may be pursuing some education, they may be pursuing some maybe relationship also, and they may not be feeling connected with that. Okay. Plus, where it can be like useful is like if a person goes into creative research, fifth house is creativity, Leo sign is creativity, and Ketu is research. So any research oriented creativity, any research oriented education, and all that's where like they can have like much better result. They should be careful while like playing sports. Okay. Eighth house is accidents, surgeries, and all. Fifth house is sports, and Ketu is like also cutting off the things. So they should be careful. Otherwise, there can be like accidents, injuries, and all, so to avoid those circumstances. Then for Taurus ascendant people, like Scorpio falls into the this seventh house, and Ketu is transiting there fourth house. As I said, like Ketu is like separative thing. So if someone is looking for someone is going for a very abusive relationship, he's in a very abusive, he or she is in a very abusive relationship, and they want to close it down. Then Ketu in the fifth house and fourth house transit can be very helpful in breaking that relationship. Okay, because Ketu is separation, fifth house is love, romance, fourth house is loss of relationship. Okay, it is 12th from the fifth. So both these transits can be helpful in breakup, separation kind of thing. Otherwise, seventh lord going into the fourth house. Ketu four rules like Scorpio sign goes into fourth house Leo. As I said, like if someone is looking for foreign travels, this transit can help you because Ketu is separation, fourth house is homeland, you can go away from the homeland. Person should be careful about their mother's health, person should be careful about the home environment also. If they are looking to like sell off their properties, this can be like a good transit, but they should be careful where they are selling so that that deal should not bring any deception or fraud or cheating, because that is a possibility with Ketu, Rahu Ketu both. So this is what they may not like to stay at home much. They may like to go away from home and deal with the people in outside world. So that is what Ketu's transit in the fourth house. It also shows separation from mother, either physically or mentally. Either they can be physically separated from mother, or they can be like feeling lots of separation from the mother, unable to understand each other's point of view and all. That is what it can do. But fourth house, eighth house, and 12th house are still like moksha houses, so for spiritual pursuits, this is like a good transit to have. Then for Gemini people, Ketu co-rules like this sixth house and transits into third house. Okay. So they can go through a phase where they may be questioning themselves a lot. They may have this feeling, I am not good enough, I am not worthy enough. They can doubt their self worth. They can doubt their potential, whether I have guts, whether I have courage to do good things in this world and all. They can have all these things. They should be like very careful with their communication, what they speak, because Ketu is headless. People may speak anything in that moment. Then Ketu in the third house can give separation around around this younger sibling. Okay, again either physical or mental separation, having the feeling of detachment, or they can get into any skills or interests where lots of research oriented activities are involved. They can also get into like collection of information of like occult mysticism, spirituality. That is also a possibility. Sixth lord going into the third house. So, like because of their headless behavior, they can get into conflicts with the younger sibling or in general with anyone, because communications are headless and sixth house is conflicts. So, like a person is speaking in such a way that and that is inviting conflicts for him. So that is what they should be careful. Be careful while traveling, driving also, because sixth house is health issues, third house is traveling, driving, and Ketu is injuries and accidents, cuts and bruises. So that is what where they need to be careful. For Cancer people, it is like second house transit. Okay, this is again indicative of like someone going away from the family, maybe like any opportunity outside. Okay, so it is like separation. Ketu in the second house, Leo. So, Ketu is separation, and second house is family, and the Ketu is ruling the fifth house of happiness and all. So that's where they may be feeling separated or going away. Okay, either like physically separated or mentally separated. That is the kind of situation which can be there with this position. They may be feeling that they are unable to save the money. Okay, it is like too much of expenses, had less expenses. Okay, like person is unnecessarily like spending money without thinking much and all. That is what happens with like Ketu in the second house, Leo. Ketu is all like also fifth lord, so maybe expenses around their child or children or around their love interest and all. But uh, such expenses which could have been avoided. Okay, that is what I feel. Then Ketu is in the this second house. So obviously, like Ketu energy or Scorpio energy is like unstable and all. It shows instability in family life and all. So that is also possible. So better way to deal with these two transits, like Ketu in the fourth house. Okay, or Ketu in the second house is to be away from the home and family. Okay, if they can be. Okay, obviously, well, like it is not that just because Ketu is transiting somewhere, I can just pack my bag and go anywhere I want. If there is a possibility, if there is an opportunity, and if I get that opportunity, then I should try my level best. Okay, just a second, if I remember something. Uh, right. Ketu, Sagittarius 19. Okay. So that is what I feel like Ketu in the second house, Leo. Need to be careful while dealing with the family. Need to be careful while dealing with the this money matters. Otherwise, there can be losses. Like headlessness in spending can also be like a person is like investing their money somewhere where they should not be investing, and it leads to some losses and all. So that's where they should be careful. Uh, then for Leo ascendant, obviously it is like first house transit. Ketu co-ruling fourth house. Okay, yeah, Ketu co-rules fourth house, and it is like feeling separated from self. Whenever Ketu transits to like first house, person feels separated from self. And this is the time period where like a person can be like feeling like going inward, very introvert person, very reserved person in that time period, not much willing to deal with other people and all. So that is the theme around like this Ketu in the first house. So they can be like going on a spiritual path, going on introvert path during this time period. They can be like going into this like mm, retrospective path. They can be reflecting back a lot upon their life. What I have like done in my life, what I should be doing in my life. Lots of retrospections are going happening in their first house view. It can still be like a good time for creative research if they are on creative path, being a Leo ascendant. And this is what happens. This is what the confusion of nodes transit. Understand, Ketu in the first house means Rahu will be transiting in the seventh house. So other people may be feeling this person is like very happy. Okay, per people, Rahu in the seventh house Aquarius, then they may be feeling that this person is growing a lot. His reach is expanding. He is becoming very famous and all. That is the perception of other people, seventh house. But the person himself is going introvert. He may be like reflecting back a lot what I did or what I didn't do. Okay. Then this for Virgo ascendant, it is like 12th house transit. As I said, like all the Mokshamargi transits are like for spiritual purposes. So Ketu in the 12th house transit, 4th and 8th, it is like good for like spiritual pursuits. If the person is into spirituality, occult mysticism and all, they can be very good with it, but they should be careful about their expenses, their losses, where they are spending money, where they should not be spending money. Whenever like money oriented matters come, like with Ketu also, with Saturn also, in any house like second, 11th, 12th and all, uh, always like make a long term plan with your expenses, like what type of benefits I am going to incur in long duration, because these are long transits, okay, like 1.5 year, 2.5 year. So always look for benefits in the long duration, then it may be like more helpful. It is person can be confused around their spirituality, okay, although they can be like doing well in like any education of research oriented matters, occult mysticism, spirituality, psychology and all, that is so fine. But when it comes to like their spirituality, they can be confused, okay, this one to follow, that one to follow, okay, this guru is saying this, that guru is saying this, which one to follow. They always have this split opinion, okay. Whenever Ketu is in the 12th house, I present a view on spirituality, they will counter it. Some other person presents a view, they will counter it. So they will always countering. It is like having a split opinion, always. Okay. So Ketu is also a split, it breaks. So whichever house it goes into, it can break that house. It can split that house. So that is also a possibility with Ketu's transit. Then for Libra ascendant people, it is again like 11th house transit. Okay. Again, for Virgo ascendant, like it is like third lord, third house is like investments, 12th house is losses. So it also indicates the possibility of loss in investments because Ketu itself represents separation. So just be extra careful if possible, avoid any major investment and all. For Libra ascendant people, also like third house is traveling, 12th house is like hospitals, and Ketu is surgeries, accidents, injuries. Just be extra careful for Virgo people. For Libra people, Scorpio, second house, and then Leo, the like 11th house, and Ketu is transiting here. Okay, so like separation from elder sibling, obvious separation from elder sibling. Their like networking circle may be like almost null. in this time period. They may not like to interact with many people. They may not like to interact with anyone, maybe possibly. Okay. So that is what happens with Ketu in 11th house. Social networking just dies. Okay. Then it is again the same thing like 11th house, money oriented houses. Ketu is there, separation. So money is coming and going. A person is unable to save it. Ketu is also ruler of the 10th house. 10th house is, second house. Second house is family and wealth. So, like, person is like unable to get money into the second house. Person is like just earning and spending. Money is not reaching up to like second house, or maybe because of family related matters, maybe because of family related circumstances, he has to spend a lot of money. Because family is going through lots of instabilities. He has no other option but to get into like expenses or anything like that. But again, like they can serve humanity through their creative research, financial research, and all. For that matter, it is better to remain detached from materialistic gains, uh, physically, mentally. Better to be mentally detached. That will help them. But if they want to like go into like research oriented path, then it is like good transit. Not a very good transit for money related matters if they are like being too ambitious. Ketu is not about ambitions and all, so don't have ambitious plans. Let just sail through it. Okay. And let results come on its own. Don't look for results. Your best work as per your best ability, but like don't be too much attached with the results. Like 11th house is also rewards recognitions. It is also a house of your promotions and all. Now I'm gunning for my promotion. I'm gunning for rewards, recognitions, hikes, and bonus. And Ketu is transiting 11th house. I may like invite unnecessary like disappointment for myself. Okay, so this is what should be avoided. Then for person like me, Scorpio ascendant, Ketu is ascendant lord and going into the 10th house. This is where I said last time Ketu came into the 10th house between 2006 to 8, the change in career. Okay, the process began. Okay, I started realizing I'm not meant for like law and legal practice. I started realizing, but at the same time, I was headless. What else to do? Okay. I had no idea what else I can do. Okay, this was my situation at that time. Okay, so this is what can happen again, that I may feel that okay, I'm done with astrology, but I may still have the like confusion what else to do. Okay, so this can be like the situation with Ketu in the 10th house. So person may have lots of like separation of separative feeling towards the bosses, authority figures, government, anyone in authoritative position. Plus, this is not a good transit for like father's health. Okay, like even my father like had his first brain stroke when Ketu was in Leo around April 2008. Okay, that was the time period when things started changing. Okay, so not a very good time period for father's health. So we need to take care of our parents' health with Ketu and Rahu in the 4th-10th axis. Okay, so that is where like extra care should be taken. Um, but this transit can bring someone like change in career. This transit can also bring a kind of sort of defame. Okay, understand? Ketu is separation and like 10th house is your public recognition, fame, and Ketu transiting there is like you are separated from fame. You are separated from public image recognition, which is kind of defame. Okay, so just be extra careful not to get into those circumstances which can bring a defamation and all. Plus, Ketu is headless. Okay, so Ketu in the 10th house is also like someone has to bow down his head in front of the society. So that is also like should be taken care that we should not get into the such circumstances. Okay, so that is what it happens. It indicates, not happens. Okay. And then for Sagittarius ascendant people, Ketu is transiting like ninth house. Okay. So for higher education matters, they transit. Okay, like for higher education and research oriented matters, religion, philosophy, literature. If they want to research a lot, it is like a house of higher education. So PhDs and all. If someone wants to do PhD or postgrad or DLit and all, excellent transit. For those matters, excellent transit. But person's belief system can go through a major change. Person's belief system in religious matters or in spiritual matters can go through like a major change. Um, it is like by the time this transit ends, their belief system can be different altogether. So that is also there. They may find some religious or spiritual guru, teacher. That is also a possibility with Ketu in the ninth house Leo, with Ketu co-ruling like Scorpio in the 12th house. It also shows like a higher education of research-oriented matters, but they can have lots of disagreements with the people on matters of belief system. They can have lots of disagreements with the people who are their teachers. Okay, so that is what can happen with Ketu in the ninth house Leo transit. Excellent for your higher education in creative matters or religious matters or matters of higher education itself. But when it comes to your like dealing with people on matters of belief system, this is like a difficult project. Then Scorpio ascendant Ketu is transiting Leo. For Capricorn ascendant, sorry, for Capricorn ascendant, Ketu is transiting 8th house Leo after ruling the 11th house of Scorpio. Uh, it is like this 11th lord going into the like 8th house. So again, it shows like instability in their income matters. Okay, plus like dissatisfaction in the relationship benefits or the dissatisfaction in the business benefits. It also shows like ego issues with the authority figures. If like partners are dominating towards each other or egoistic towards each other, then issues there also with Ketu transiting there. Lots of ego clashes, ego hurt in the relationship. Okay, that is also a possibility, but with the in-laws also. But for like research-oriented education, again the occult, mystical, and spiritual side. If again the like Mokshamargi houses, Ketu there, so it is like good transit for any spiritual pursuit and all. If they are into spiritual mystical pursuits, they can have some spiritual mystical experiences also happening. That is also a possibility with Ketu transiting their 8th house Leo. It also shows like a possibility of a split in inheritance. Okay, inheritance is coming to them and it gets split into two parts. That is also a possibility with like Ketu transiting like 8th house Leo. Uh, Again, like for creative research and all, it is a good transit. Extra care is needed when it comes to like traveling, driving, because 8th house has accidents, surgeries, and all. Just be extra careful. Ketu is accident, injuries, or cuts and bruises. Then for Aquarius ascendant, Ketu transits like 7th house Leo and rules over 10th house is Scorpio. This shows like a difficult time for relationship matters. All these transits in the sixth, seventh, eighth. Okay. Sixth is conflict, seventh is relationship, eighth is relationship benefit. Ketu is going there, it is like disconnecting. Anyways, Ketu is not a relationship oriented planet. It cannot help you in relationship matters. So, Ketu in the seventh house transit, obviously not a very good time period to start a new relationship for these transits. Ketu in the fifth house also, Ketu in the seventh house also. Not very good time periods for starting a new relationship, but if a new relationship begins in these two circumstances, it shows like lots of past life karma involved, and that's why these people got into relationship at this time period. It may be very difficult relationship. It may be very difficult to sustain any relationship with like Ketu in the seventh house, because Ketu is headless. Person may be headless about their relationship aspect of life. Okay, they are just like dragging it anyhow. Okay, that is the kind of situation. Then, the 10th lord in the seventh house, so public fame recognition is coming through business, but in creative matters, in research, occult, mystical matters, maybe like alternate ways of healing also. That is also a possibility with Ketu in the seventh house Leo. But it again shows like with Ketu in the 10th house transit, with Ketu in the seventh house transit, both the transits kind of defamation. Okay, these both houses related are related with fame, because seventh house also represents other people, masses, and all, and 10th house also represents society. And Ketu going there, Ketu being the headless person is becoming headless. Person doesn't have a face to show to the other people and society. This shows like kind of defamation. Okay, so just be extra careful not to get into on any of such circumstances and all. But for business matters, it can still be good, especially if you are in any business with where spirituality, research, occult, mysticism are involved. But for relationship matters, for fame, recognition, ambitious approach, and all, not a very good transit. Okay. Then Ketu will transit into sixth house and will rule ninth house, Scorpio. Ninth lord in the sixth house, Leo. Ninth lord in the sixth house, Leo, is like higher education in the sixth house related matters, either in the legal side or in the healthcare side, or maybe like in any analytical nature of work. They may well research or they may educate themselves about, but again it shows like conflicts due to like your belief system. Ninth lord going into the sixth house of conflicts. It also shows someone is having difficult time in relationship matters. Ketu is suppression, and sixth house is divorces and all. So this shows like a difficult time period. So they should be like careful and not to get into any major conflict and litigation at this time period. Then this Ketu in the sixth house Leo transit can also indicate unconventional health issues which are very rare and not very common. Uh, and it also represents like unconventional medication. Okay, um, those type of healing modalities which are not very common. Okay, so anything which is unconventional as a healing modality, you can opt for that, and that can help you better. Ketu itself represents homeopathy, Rahu represents Ayurveda, energy healing, crystal healing, and all these kind of things can be like very helpful with Ketu in the sixth house Leo transit. Okay, but not a good time for conflicts, because person can be headless about the conflict. Headless means like you are just unnecessarily getting into conflict. not every fight is worth fighting, right? We need to like choose our conflicts also. Okay, whatever I can avoid, I should be avoiding. Okay, I should not bring any discussion which brings unnecessary conflict. Okay, so this is what like Ketu's transit is indicative, but largely it is more helpful if we are going inward with it, if we are retrospecting, if we are reflecting back, if we are like uh, like dealing with uh, creative matters, educational matters, research matters, and all the spiritual occult mysticism. But if you are expecting too much from other people, okay, if you are expecting benefits and major ambitions, high ambitions, and all, then you are inviting trouble for yourself. So just be extra careful in these matters, especially as like Ketu will be in Leo and Saturn will be in Pisces for them. Okay, so this is difficult transit because Saturn in Pisces in the first house itself is showing like major life changes are coming, and if Ketu is also in the sixth house, is like difficult. Mm, difficult time in dealing with the people and masses and having conflicts with them. So it is like a difficult impact from two sides. And anyways, I will make some like videos on joint impacts now. There is one impact of Rahu Jupiter in the all the air signs. Okay, that is happening from May onwards. Major impact will be on Sagittarius sign. Okay, where Saturn, Jupiter, and Ketu will all aspect. Okay, so we will have a video on that. Then there will be like there is one impact which is happening right now where Saturn is coming into Pisces and Jupiter will be in Taurus. Saturn, Jupiter both will impact Taurus and Virgo sign. Okay, so wherever Taurus and Virgo sign fall into your chart, you can have like events happening there. And as I went through this video, I realized a major impact is happening on Aquarius side. How? If we just talk about it. As I was going through this video, I stuttered quite a few times because I saw what is coming. Okay. So for Aquarius sign, Saturn is transiting second and Ketu is transiting seventh. Okay. For Aquarius, Pisces is Maraka, Leo is Maraka. Okay. And two strong malefics, which are not materialistic by nature. Okay, which don't give you result. Okay, they restrict result. It shows like wherever Aquarius falls into our chart, we can have some difficult times there. So I will make a video on this also, Maraka impact on Aquarius sign in and it is like a big time period, 1.5 years. Okay, so that's where we need to be careful.